Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
All right, we are back with another 49ers roster countdown as we're just going through these. Today we got up number 78, quarterback Brock Purdy. Interesting player, nonetheless. We've already done a couple breakdowns of him over on Patreon as well as the entire rookie class. If you haven't checked that out yet, just patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. Now, Brock Purdy, he's interesting. Rookie with all the accolades you could ever want and really fits the exact mold of Kyle Shanahan quarterbacks up until Trey Lance. If you want to throw in guys like, Howard, you want to throw in Jimmy G, Nick Mullen, CJ Beathard, you have this highly efficient, overproductive quarterback with a limited physical skill set. That seems to have maxed out his talent and have a lot of experience and production. That's who Brock Purdy is. So he's got jersey number 14 this year. He's 6'1", 220. So only 22 years old, and he's entering in his rookie season. Now, his high school was interesting because, he graduated from Perry High School in Gilbert, Arizona, and was a 3-star prospect coming out of high school. Now, he got offers everywhere, and he chose Iowa State, which is very interesting, over Alabama, over Texas A&M, Illinois, UCF, just to give you kind of it's interesting. He really thought that Iowa State would be the place to get him to the next level, and he was able to come in and start right away. He became the starter right after the season started and ended up starting 8 games out of 10 his freshman year. Finished the season relatively well, 66% completion percentage, 2,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And he does bring a little bit extra on the ground, bringing in 300 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. This is a true freshman in the Big 12. Big 12 is not known for their defense, obviously. But he just kept starting. And he just kept building stats. Started all the way through his senior year as well. So he started 46 of 48 games while in Ames, Iowa. Now, listen to these career stats at Iowa State, and you can understand why Kyle Shanahan likes him. Finished with over 12,000 yards passing, 81 touchdowns, 33 interceptions. And on the ground, he rushed for 1,100 yards and 19 touchdowns. So again, the smaller, undersized, quick release, plays within the system very, very well. He's not a deep ball artist by any stretch of the imagination. That's just not what he is. He does also come from a family of athletes, which was pretty fun finding out. His older sister played softball collegiately at Southeastern University. Younger brother Chuba is also a quarterback, recruited Florida State, but just transferred to Nebraska. So he's got, it's in the genes. Now listen to these awards, and I'm going to have to cut some of these awards out because the list is almost too long to go through. First team All Big 12. Coaches in 2020, AP in 2021. Second team All Big 12. Coaches in 2019 and 2021. Second team senior class All-American Award in 2021. He was the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl Offensive MVP in 2020. Second team Academic All-American. Stop me if you heard that before this year. The 49ers have invested repeatedly this year, not only in their draft picks, not only in their undrafted free agents, but also their regular free agents they brought in. Academics and intelligence and awareness is at a premium for this team. They don't want a bunch of quote-unquote dumb players that aren't going to be able to figure things out, especially at the quarterback position. So very, very smart. There's no doubt about it. He was the Davey O'Brien semifinalist, not once but twice, in 2019 and 2020. That goes to the best quarterback in the NFL. Manning Award semifinalist. First team all-academic Big 12 2019, 2020, 2021. Freshman of the Year from ESPN. I mean, it's just so much. And I'm leaving out awards because he's just in a lot. Now, athletically, let's be honest, leaves a lot to be wanted because he's just a tweener across the board. He's not big. He doesn't have a rocket arm. He's not small. He's not shifty. He's not fast. He's just a jack of all trades guy with a lot of experience and a quick release. His 40-yard dash was a 4.84. His 3-cone, 7.21. His vertical, 27. That's probably the most damning testing metric that he has. And he was drafted, pick number 262. The last pick in the NFL draft, also known as Mr. Irrelevant. He's interesting. Now, he ends up as Iowa State's all-time leader in completions, attempts, yards, touchdowns, and passer rating. You love that. What's his path at the next level? It's one of a delayed, maybe in the future we'll have an opportunity to be a backup. Again, Nick Mullins, man, Brett Ripien. Those are the guys, the athletic profiles, the play styles. I went through several different games of Brock Purdy. You can't really find highlights. They don't exist. If you're looking for bombs, if you're looking for precision passing, no. Why Kyle loves him. He's very coachable, and he's going to take what the play gives you. Check down, finding soft spots in the zones, getting to his first read quick. That's what it is. It's the antithesis, really, of Trey Lance. And so, does he have an opportunity to beat out Nate Sudfeld for the quarterback 2 spot? No, not even close this year. And I'm pretty sure they told him, like, hey, man, we want you in camp so that you could be our third quarterback, and you're playing for a practice squad position. That's really what it is. And if you want to complicate things even further, if for some reason Jimmy Garoppolo is still on this roster, yikes, he might not even be on the practice squad. Do you keep 2 quarterbacks on the practice squad with Nate Sudfeld and him? I doubt you keep Nate Sudfeld, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance. Maybe they do. I don't know. But the roster numbers are tricky because if you're keeping 3 quarterbacks on your 53-man, that means you're losing a defensive end. Is it worth that? I don't think so at all. I'm not a fan of keeping 3 quarterbacks on your active roster, but if Jimmy G stays, that's going to complicate things. So most likely scenario for Brock Purdy, plays on the practice squad all season, develops into a serviceable backup for the 2023 season, and then has a healthy competition with Nate Sudfeld to back up Trey Lance. That's best case scenario for Brock Purdy. But as we have seen with Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard, if you're a quarterback under the Shanahan era, you will get chances. So maybe the best landing spot that Brock Purdy could have received, and so count his blessings. And we'll see. He's going to get a lot of playing time in preseason, so we're going to get some film on him. We're going to get to see some stuff on training camp, but make no mistake, very low ceiling. But high floor. If you want a guy that can come in and operate your system for 1 to 2 games if your quarterback's out, that's his MO. Will he ever be a top-notch guy? I hope it comes back to bite me in the rear end and he becomes one of the all-time greats, but I just don't see it. So that's Brock Purdy, number 78. I want to say thank you to Josh and Anthony, the executive producers of this show. They are crushing it with content, and we're just going to keep counting down. Up next will be number 77.